Hello everybody and welcome back to Balake Farms, Chip in Norton. So, last time we started our sugar beet harvest. And this time what we're going to do, we're going to leave this on the worker and we're going to cart that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth as and when he gets full. So I think the lorry has got 33% in it, so it'll take 2 more fill-ups at the moment. And one of our first jobs today is we need to sell the produce. But it's a bit awkward to get the telehandler in there. So what we're thinking, let's buy a skid steer. Now, we have the option of these two. This one. Ooh, when it doesn't crash on me. And we have this one. Oh. The reason for these two is because they will lift quite a lot of weight. They're quite heavy skid steers, but they will lift a lot of weight without having to like get the old Massey Ferguson one, put weight block on it, or John Deere. So it's a toss up. I think we're going to go for this one just because there's more options, but I want to know if I can. I not particularly want tracks, that's the only thing. So I think we'll end up with this one just because I prefer it with wheels like that. So what we're going to do, we're going to hire purchase that. I know we've got quite a lot, but we're going to put a big deposit down on it. We're going to run it for 4 years and get the monthly cost right down on that. And then we're going to buy outright a set of tines for it. So we're going to have a look at tines. There's a set of tines I like, which is these ones, which means you can sort of fasten or strap on stuff, so it is a bit easier if you're struggling. We can strap something on. I think we'll go for them standard. Get that bought, 600 quid. So that's perfect. So what we'll do, we'll take the fast track with the low loader, head down to shop, get that picked up, and then we'll sell some produce. So here we are at the store, but what we've got to do first is empty our worker, because we want to keep him going. We don't want to pay for more rentals on that machine. We have to. So we're about halfway through this first field, so it's not bad. This will be the second load once it's been and got full again. This will be the second load. So there'll be about 100,000 litres of sugar beet, so not to be sniffed at so far. And hopefully, I think we turned production on last time. We'll just double check. Yeah, so it is running through very slowly, but it is running through. So we'll just pull that up to the side of the field, and we will go and have a look at what we've bought. So here it is, a Bobcat S760. She's a right beautiful bit of kit. So as far as I'm aware, this will lift quite a bit of weight, so we don't have the usual skid steer thing of you pick half a pallet up, it cries and it tips up. Which is the most annoying thing ever with skid steers. I don't know, let's give it a bezz around the yard, see what it's like. It's also a high reach one, so it should be a fairly decent addition to the diddly squat farm. Right, let's see if we can get this loaded. These things are quite topply, especially when you miss the ramp. Could probably I don't know if you can adjust them on this low loader, but never mind. We will. Do you know what? I can remember this happening. There's a glitch on this low loader that if you don't get up in one and you try and slow down, it starts bouncing you off. Yeah, like that. I remember this because I've had this trailer before and said, I'll never have it again. And here we go, I bought it again. Because it is better than a dolly trailer. So that's a little bit annoying, so let's just get this righted. What I might just do is cheat and just put it on the trailer. Because there is a bug with this. You'll see it if we move anything, tractors or anything. It just tends to bounce it as soon as you hit the ramp. I don't know why. It is very annoying, but never mind. So let's get this folded up, get us strapped on, and we'll head to the yard, start picking up some produce. Right, so we've landed back at the yard, but worker needs emptying, so we're going to have to do a quick run, get it emptied, and then we're going to do a run up to the sugar mill and get this load tipped. Hopefully we can find it. It's a bit of an interesting place that sugar mill's in. It's very confusing. I got lost on the way out last time, so hopefully this time it goes a bit better. Right, hopefully we can get filled up there, and then we will run this to the sugar mill. So it didn't take him long. We literally had a look at the old skid steer, we bounced it off the trailer onto its roof, and it was full again. So we best be quick, get this to the sugar mill. I'll see you over there. Here we are pulling up on the sugar mill. It would appear that our worker has already got a full tank. I've just got to remember if it's down that one or it's at the top. I say this place is a bit of a maze, but I'm sure it's up here. So we go up here, and there we are. Yeah, it is. This is our sugar mill, which we've got on lease at the moment. So let's get this trailer dumped, because say the worker's already sat in his cab doing nothing again. It does take a surprisingly long time to get back and forth from that field up here. Could have really done the 2 trailers, 2 lorries, but we haven't got the budget for that at the moment, so we'll stick with our 1 rig at the moment, and we'll go back and pick up the next load. I'll see you then. So we've come back to the yard. It's taken a bit of time, and we are back. So let's get it. Ooh, that's really an art to get this under. So let's get this unloaded, and then we'll check on the hour. Actually, while it's unloading, let's check on the hours. So it's done 0.9, so we're about to get a big bill in the minute for another leasing cost. and then hopefully in the next hour we might get the next field done, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're on 59,000 at the moment, so we will see what it comes very shortly. So we're going to go back to our what we was doing, and let's get this unloaded off the trailer, and let's get some produce on the trailer. So when I drive down here, if I do it slowly like this, you'll see it'll start bouncing me again. It's very subtle coming down, but you still have the beautiful bounce. So I'm going to set 2 now, and I'm going to try and pick our produce up. Oh, probably better than that. But the good thing about these tines, and which is why I wanted these tines, is I can do this and pick it up when my skill runs out. So I'm going to set 2. I'm going to get this trailer loaded, and we will empty the other guy as and when needed. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. We literally didn't get very far, and I think what have I done? 6 pallets and unloaded the bounty, and we're already emptying again. And there we go, we've had the second charge because we're on 48,000. So it costs 10 grand an hour to run this machine, so we don't want too many hours of it. We've also got to rent the corn header at some point and get our sunflowers off the other field, but I wouldn't mind using this if we've still got access to it. But if this is coming up to an hour, we will just jump in our normal tractor and trailer. So I'll put this back over it, and I'll carry on badly loading that trailer. I'll see you guys shortly. So it looks like we have finished the field. Happy days. I just see the notification that it was 80% full. Thought we'll be over there in a minute to unload, but he has finished. So let's get this in this trailer, and then we can set him up in the next field. I think that trailer is going to be virtually full, so as soon as we've got the worker set up, we will be heading straight back to the sugar mill. So I've got to remember which one is the I think it's right down the other end. Might even be worth folding this so we don't get snagged up on everything. And as you can see, this thing is super fast moving. You get a whole 15 mile an hour out of it. And she is an absolutely dirty girl. It's a good job she's released. We don't have to wash her. So stick with me and I'm going to chuck this into the next field. Here we are, sports fans, in the next field. So we're going to set Mr. Farm Worker off, all being well. He should be unfolding now, hopefully. Yep. While we jump in the lorry and we'll get this over to the sugar mill. So here we are again at our favourite place, the sugar mill. It takes about 5 minutes back and forth to the field and the worker's already full again, so not great, but we will keep plodding on. Ooh. Ooh. Apparently we are well stuck this time. Oh no, we've done it. Right, so let's tip this load. And then we'll head back and we will get the worker emptied and then we'll carry on loading our trailer. Here we are for the unload back from the sugar mill. One of these times I'm going to drive straight under it, no problems. But this time is not going to be one of them. Alright, let's get that pulled up. He should be unloading. Yep. So we will carry on picking up this produce because this is going to help me fund the corn header we need to do the sunflowers. So I'll carry on and I'll see you guys shortly. So it would appear that this field is yielding fairly well because he's doing a lap of the headland and getting full, so that is good for our sugar factory. And hopefully once we get these apples moved up very shortly, which we might even start doing this episode and possibly next, because we will need to we've got to get those sunflowers in. So get us unloaded and I'll carry on with my loading. So there we go, one more load and we'll have to run back to the sugar mill. So this is the last pallet. We did have a bit of trouble. The game glitched. I had to restart it. It is a bit glitchy tonight for some reason. Don't ask me why. But yeah, the game glitched. So, and it's glitching again, as you can see. So we had to restack it, but it's not the end of the world. Tried my best. She ain't the prettiest. She's winning no awards, but oh. At least it is all on. So we've got to go and empty the worker again. And then we've got to run to the sugar mill and get him unloaded. So I will crack on. I'll fill this up and then run to the sugar mill. Right, so that's tipping. Let's check up how much sugar beet we've actually got in there. So we've got just over 200,000 litres in there now, so hopefully we'll get it all in. But we will have to see, and then we can start. How much sugar we got? We ain't got a lot of sugar yet, so slow progress. But then we should be able to make some beautiful cider. Right, I'm going to head back to the field, get the worker unloaded again. Let's finally get that produce sold. It'd be nice, but the worker is interrupting our loading up sessions. But never mind, I'll head back there now. So here we are again in the field. So he's not a long way into the field. He's still on the headland laps. So it might even be the case where we fill the sugar mill up and we have no more room, but we'll have to find out. So now this is all filled up. We'll get this strapped on, get the ramps up. So we got, there must be 2 pallets missing. There must be quite a few pallets missing from somewhere because they're not equal, but I'm sure. Oh look, there's one on the roof. I told you when I said the game glitched, the game proper glitched. So we're going to have to work out a way to get that down at some point. But let's get this taken to the sell point. Let's get it sold. And let's bring some well-deserved money into the bank. Because we certainly need it. And then we might be able to find a header for our combine, which we can go collect and then start doing our sunflowers. Right, I'm going to take you with me on this journey, guys. It's not far, to be fair, to the sell point. It's probably not the best sell point in the game, but because it's so local and it doesn't really make much difference on the glasshouse stuff, I thought we'd just take it to this one around the corner. It's called the Village Shop. It seems to give a decent price. I would imagine it's going to be 50,000–60,000 pound worth of produce on this trailer, so nothing to be sniffed at really. All helps keep our bank, because it would be nice before year end pay the loan off £80,000 that we borrowed from the bank. Get going really, and we haven't paid it yet because we've been buying a lot of stuff. So let's see what we get. £60,000 plus 5, well, just shy of £5,000 environmental. So that is not a bad day. Well, I'm going to head back to the yard now. Then we will go shopping and see what header we can find. Right, so that's the trailer dropped off. So let's go and have a look at corn headers. We've got a New Holland, so it'd be nice to pick a New Holland up. So that's a 10 metre. Does it fold? Or is it... I don't think it is a folding one. It would be nice to get a New Holland folding one. But I don't think they do one. So we could go for a 12 metre. Don't know if our combine would run it, and it is fairly expensive. I think that's the one for our combine. 6 metre. But I think we're going to push it out and get this 10. Oh, it is for the bigger machine. How much horsepower has that got? 775. And this one is for our combine. Yeah, I think unfortunately we're going to have to go with the littler one, because our combine's already struggling and we don't want it to struggle anymore. So annoyingly, we're going to have to take the combine to the shop, because we need the combine to chuck the header on the trailer. Right, the worker is full again, so let's go get him unloaded, and then we'll run the combine to the store, and then we can run it to the field. We can start doing some sunflowers. But here we are at the shop. Pick our least combine, well, corn header. While we do this one crop. Thankfully, they've put it so close that we're having to accidentally back into this lady's bush just to pick it up. Look at that. You can tell how dirty the combine is when the header looks clean. So let's get this put on its trailer. Then we're going to have to head back and do another run up to the sugar mill. Oh, get this pulled in front. I don't know if this combine actually will tow a trailer. I'm hoping it will. It will make life, yes. We can get that. Head into the field in a minute, but we're going to have to make a run and empty that again. And as you can see, that means another run to the sugar mill. So I am a bit apologetic that it's a lot of runs to the sugar mill tonight, guys, but in one respect it's good for us because it means we're going to make lots and lots of sugar. So I'll probably end up jump cutting this back to the combine. So I'll do this in the background and I'll see you at the combine in 2 minutes. Right, so here we are in the combine again. Let's get this taken down to our sunflower field. So obviously we bought the field and we inherited the crop. We did fertilise it and do the weed killing in it just to get as much yield out of it as possible, but I don't think it was limed, so I'm not expecting masses out of it, but we'll soon see. The other thing I've noticed is this combine absolutely sups diesel, which is nearly empty. So our goals for next year, I think, are new combine, because this one's pitiful, pay the loan off, and I'd like to do a crop of corn. I'm thinking, do we make cereal? Now stick with me on this, because we've got the bees in this field and we're making honey. We could quite happily make honey cereal, which then sells at a premium. Find all the cars in the shop. So that's what I'm thinking. Not confirmed yet, but I think it might be a good idea. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Right, pull this up in here. Does look like we haven't got an over lot more sugar beet left now, so I'm hoping we've hit the back of that, because that has taken a lot of our time up today running that back and forth, because every time you get somewhere, does the worker drop us a text and say, I'm full? It'd be nice if he emptied himself so we didn't have to worry about it, but obviously we just can't get the staff. Right. Let's get unfolded, drop her in, let's start doing some sunflowers. So I don't know what the yield's going to be, so it's saying 94%, 95%, so not bad, not the best, but it's not bad. Also, it does tend to matter on the soil type and everything in the field, so it might not be the best soil up here, but hey ho. Right, I'm going to set to probably end up just getting to this corner and then have to go empty the worker again, because that is how annoying sugar beet can be, but we definitely need it to make our sweet cider. So let's carry on. I'll do a couple of laps of the headland and then we'll see where we're at. As you can see as well, the money's gone down another 20 grand, so that's because we've had to pay for another hour on the lorry, because it's surprising that we've been in the lorry for an hour now, and the harvester just ticked over 2, which is also annoying, but So that's going to cost us nearly going to cost us £50,000 all said and done just to get the sugar beet in, and I'm really hoping the rest of that fits in the trailer so we don't have to make 2 trips, because it would be so annoying if we've got to make a trip for 1,000 litres. Right, I'll get this guy emptied and then I'll crack on with my combining until he's finished. As you can see, this is the reason I said we need a new combine, because we are flat out. Yeah, it's a bit of a hill, not massive, and it is proper struggling. This New Holland combine is not very good. This is not a combine I would recommend anyone buying. So, oh, look at that, the worker has finished the sugar beet. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend anyone buying a New Holland combine. I would stick to the Classes, Paces and John Deere's personally. Right, let's go. Get this thing off hired, because we do not want to pay for any more of this. Because we've paid for the extra hour on the lorry, I'm probably just going to use the lorry for the sunflowers. Just because as we've paid for it, we might as well get the full hour use, and if we get up to 1.9, we'll get it returned before it charges us again. So let's get this dumped in here. Let's actually get it over the trailer, because that would, I think, unload better. And there we go, we say goodbye to this machine. And let's get that off hired. Right, it should be. Oh, I think we're on it. Yeah, top of the list. Return. Right, guys, I think we're going to leave that there today. So, I know it's a lot of time lapsing, a lot of running back and forth in the lorry. But next time, we get to finish the sunflowers. We also get to prepare the fields. We'll see what money we're at, because obviously we're going to make the sunflowers into sunflower oil and then sell it. So we should get some good money off that. And then we'll see where we're at. So thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. As always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed the content. And if you hit the little bell, it'll let you know when our next video is out. So, goodbye for now.